pretty extraordinary story. We had a number of problems in BP for a while. In the early part of the last decade, BP stood for big problems. We were dealing with the Gulf of Mexico spill and had issues. We had legal issues. And I won't go into that, but unbelievable. That's what opened up my eyes. Unbelievable ability to see data from all different directions, put it quickly, like within days, and visualize it. We realized how big our problems were at that point. But then I thought, this is amazing because I used to be a production engineer in the North Sea, and I remember what it was like. You had your well file, and there was a geologist down the way, and it was offshore equipment data. 20 years of history on a well. I said, Alex, do you think your team could maybe simplify this process? So two intrepid Palantir people came in. I think they worked the weekend and came in and they put this into some program you have that the engineers, the geologists, and offshore were just amazed. It was suddenly like all that friction of getting all this stuff together to make decisions was done like that. So I thought, okay, let's expand this. Never wanted to make it a top-down initiative in the company. So pick different parts of BP around the world. It might have been retailing, what's on the stocking shelves. It might have been optimizing a refinery, going to places like Azerbaijan and sorting out something called sand control, which won't mean anything to most of you, but it's a big deal in oil and gas. And it just took off. And the engineers and the people who were all working on them always worked really well with your engineers. I guess you call them engineers or software engineers or smart people. And then we said, okay, let's try something new. We have a giant field in Oman that we've discovered and we want to build it out. And what you would have done is you would have gotten engineers, put it all in a grid, and you had a plan to drill all the wells, and it'll be just like this, the flow lines of the facility. And you said, one of your team said, we might be able to do that better for you. Let's start with the first well. What does it look like? What's the subsurface look like? What are the temperatures, the pressures? And you put that in the model we thought we had. Every single well was different. So there's a giant gas field in Oman that's built out like capillaries in the human body. It was done half the time, much more efficient, great investment. And they helped us with that. So then suddenly I was faced in the company with everybody wanted to use Palantir because it was demand pull. And so we had to prioritize it. I have to say, revolutionized BP. BP bought 1% of Palantir to align what we were doing, which was also another good investment. And we had an exclusive agreement in the energy industry. So I'm really grateful to the talent there. And that's how I found out what big data was through all that stuff.